Hello everybody and welcome to the Venture Vibes.
Tonight, we're back at Indulgence Chocolatiers, but this time in Walker's Point. We're here for another cocktail and chocolate pairing. This time it's going to be old fashions, and it's going to be festive theme.
I don't really like old fashions, but they said that they were going to have a bunch of different types of old fashions. Like, they're not going to use bourbon in every single drink, so hopefully they're good. All the drinks last time were very good if you watched our last video. Even some of the drinks that had liquors that I didn't really like, I really enjoyed. So hopefully you have a good time. So
I'm super excited because I'm a bourbon fan, so I'm probably going to like all these. So
all right,
let's have some fun.
Let's go.
Based one. This is a French apple brandy. So really, when you have an old fashioned, you have four main components. You have your spirit, you have a sugar element, you have any fruit you muddle, and you have your bitters. So with this, we have our apple brandy. We have our sugar element is two things. We have a St. George spice pear liqueur, and then we have Great Lakes Distillery's Goodland cranberry spiced liqueur. So you're getting some of that baking spice with both cranberry and pear in there. And then just a splash of simple syrup as well. We muddled a lemon and then just topped with classic Angostura bitters. So our four elements all here in the glass. And the chocolate we did with this, so the base layer is some gingerbread spices. We topped with this thin cookie called fouilletine, some pecans, and then we topped it with a gooey vanilla bean caramel. We'll pick up on all those lovely baking spices in the drink, and then the caramel is just outstanding with the brandy. So enjoy this first pairing.
First cocktail of the night. This is the one I'm most excited about, probably because there's no bourbon or rye in there. It smells absolutely delicious. Wait. It's really good. I actually really like this. It's really strong, and every time we come here, all of the drinks are very strong, but I think it's balanced really well. You taste a little bit of the apple. I think I can taste a little bit of the cranberry. The pear, I'm not really getting so much, but overall, I think it's a really good drink.
I'm also excited about this one. The apple brandy sounds really, really amazing, and I love old fashioned, so let's see how. Almost has an apple cider kind of feel to it, with the warming spices in there, and then the apple brandy. Plus, you got a little bit of the apple slice in there. This is a very, very, very good old fashioned. Beautiful smell. It's a great old fashioned.
All right, this is the caramel with gingerbread praline. Let's give her a try. That is really good.
I think that first look said it all.
That is really good. I'm not getting like a lot of gingerbread flavor, but I'm getting a lot of caramel. I said they used some fouilletine in there with some praline, and that's so the gingerbread I'm missing, but I still think it's super, super, super good. Just that caramel and that praline is just together is amazing.
Right now, I'm really, really excited for this. The flavor combination just sounds absolutely fantastic. Whoa. That is really, really good. Fantastic caramel. Very almost Rice Krispie crunch from the fouilletine in there. but the flavor, it's got a little bit of like nutty flavor in there mixed in.
Yeah.
It is super, super good.
Here. So it's Wisconsin, so we need a pretty traditional brandy old fashioned here. So of course this is Korbel because that is like the brandy that we drink the most of, but a small twist. So this is Korbel's Extra Smooth. So it's got vanilla and orange that it's aged with. It's got lots of caramel tones to it. You can definitely smell the orange and vanilla. I wanted to kind of play off just how smooth this brandy was. And so we did a tart cherry juice concentrate, a splash of lemon juice, and then muddled some orange in there. And we have a rosemary simple syrup as our sugar element, the old fashioned here. And then the bitters here are in blood orange bitter that we used. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We used, that's next drink. I agree with you. This one, we use Door County's cherry bitters in here. So the chocolate we have with this, kind of staying on our cherry theme, we have a cherry crisp bark. It is a semi-sweet dark chocolate with some crushed crepe cookie in there, a little bit of cinnamon, and then dried tart cherries in there together. Just like very warm, delicious. Hoping you're enjoying this next one.
So, just by smelling this, you smell orange and rosemary. Those are my two strong scents that I'm getting off of this drink right away. It's odd, but good. So rosemary, obviously, I'm getting the orange again. But she talked about that the brandy that they were using was infused with like vanilla, and I'm getting really strong vanilla notes. And so to me, like vanilla and orange doesn't really go together, but somehow it works in this drink. So like first, I do think it's a little weird, but I think like at the back end, it kind of just all blends and it kind of makes for a really good drink.
Like Rachel said, very strong orange in those. I'm getting the vanilla notes as well, so it's like a sweet orange kind of smell that I'm getting. I really, really like this, actually. I really like this. I'm getting a lot of the orange in the front. Tangy because of the orange as well. And I really, really, really like that. Sharp, strong, like all the cocktails that they have here, which is really, really great. I am a big fan of this.
Okay, so one cherry fell off, and I took them all off. I'm worried about fruit, so I'm going to try it without the cherries.
Are you pretty much just getting the chocolate?
You're just getting the chocolate and the fluoutine.
Yay, she tried the cherry.
Absolutely. I'm not getting a lot of, even though there's dried cherry, I'm not getting a lot of cherry, but just enough that it obviously tastes a lot better than just that plain chocolate and that fluoutine. So adding those dried cherries is actually, I would say, good, well done.
I do like cherries, so and dried cherries. So we'll see what I think of this. I do really like this. It's good.
It's simple.
It is. The chocolate with the fluoutine in there kind of gives me a little bit of Crunch Bar feel. The cherry, again, it's not cherry, but it's tart.
Yeah.
And the tart with the semi-sweet dark chocolate works really, really well. I really like this.
We are on to our whiskey-based old fashions, and this one is a bourbon old fashioned. So with this, we made a mulled orange simple syrup, and then we have blood orange bitters in this as well. So kind of layers of orange flavors in this one with a bourbon. And then the chocolate with it, this is our sticky toffee pudding truffle. So it's a whiskey soaked date puree that then we put with a butter ganache. So you get lots of caramel tones, perfect with whiskey. Really smooth and delicious together, especially with that date in there. So enjoy this next one.
I'm really excited for this one. I love me some bourbon. I love orange, so it's going to be a great combination. Very spicy smell. Spice. Warming spice. I'm not so sure if you'll like this one. It's very bourbon forward. I love this. This is right up my alley, but it's very bourbon forward. It's kind of thicker on the tongue. It's very smooth, like almost velvety. I really, really do enjoy this, but it's definitely a bourbon drink, and I'm not sure if you're going to like this one.
She's not a looker. Orange, the least pretty drink I've ever seen. But oh man,
Do you like it?
not really. And yes, all I keep thinking about is the bourbon burps I'm gonna have after drinking this, which bourbon burps are like the worst, or you know. All I taste is bourbon and orange. That's all I taste. So if you like those two, this is a great drink. I don't think there's enough complexity to. I'm not getting any spices either. I don't think there's enough complexity to this drink to make it like a really, really good old fashioned. But bourbon and orange, like I said. So this is the sticky toffee pudding truffle. So I wasn't sure about this because I'm like, sticky toffee pudding has dates in it. I don't like dates. But she said there's a date puree, and then she like said it's like buttery, and she mentioned all this other stuff, and I was like, ooh, okay. So hopefully. It's datey. It's very datey. I don't like it, but I don't like dates.
So she did say this does straddle the line of like milk chocolate and dark chocolate, which the milk chocolate could be very masked by the date flavor. So let's see. Why do I love this?
Yeah.
I actually don't get any dates. I don't know what's going on, but I'm getting the soft milk chocolate and then that butteriness that she said that's in the middle. That's all I'm getting, and it's fantastic to me. Maybe they're a little bit different. Maybe Rachel has more.
Yeah, we'll have to try each other's, but
I love this. It's fantastic. So I just tried Rachel's. They are different.
Yeah.
They are different. Very different.
Like what? Yeah.
Like very different. Like mine is very caramelly.
Yes.
And the milk chocolate comes very forward. This is very fruity. Very big fruity.
Yeah.
They are drastically different.
Okay, so now I'm gonna try Matthew's because I'm convinced they're different. Yeah. You're just so buttery. Almost caramely, but like not to that point. Not very figgy, not very datey. It was just way better. And it's probably just like who made them. There was probably just like a slight little difference, but that's super weird that they're very different truffles, but that's okay.
Last pairing here. So we are on to a rye whiskey old fashioned. So with this, playing off of that baking spice that's already present in the rye whiskey, we made a cardamom simple syrup as our sugar element. We used a touch of maple syrup to keep things nice and warm. I love the combination of maple syrup and rye whiskey as well. Muddled in orange and then topped with Angostura bitters on this one. So wanting to brighten up the darker flavors of this old fashioned, we did our hard apple cider caramel. It's this marble looking one. So what is it? It's a hard apple cider caramel. Caramel will play off of the whiskey here. That apple will really brighten things. I would go ahead and commit to this one because it is a liquid caramel. Normally I would like take a few bites, savor it. I would just like really go for it with this one. Unless you've got your napkin like ready to go. Thank you so much for coming tonight. I hope you found something you enjoyed and enjoy this last pairing.
We'll see how this goes. I'm not necessarily the biggest rye fan. It's a little sharper. It's very whiskey. Smell. Let's see how it is. This is amazing. It's very much less whiskey forward than the last one.
Which is weird.
Which is very weird. It's a lot smoother too, because normally rye is a lot harsher. It's a lot smoother. This is really, really good. This is a fantastic old-fashioned.
I know I've said other cocktail or other liquors have been my least favorite, but I now stand by that rye is my least favorite liquor out there. Nope. I've had a really bad experience with whiskey on New Year's Eve, and Matthew loved this drink, and I was like, oh, he goes, this is less whiskey forward than the last one. No, this one definitely very rye-y, very whiskey. I don't. Do I take another drink? I don't know if. Okay. I had to get that first initial out. It's good. It is very good. I would not order this normally because I don't like rye. But that aside, it is a good drink. After I had my little it's good. All right, this is the hard apple cider caramel. She is gorgeous. Like I said, we've had this caramel multiple times. Probably this is like the third or fourth time we've actually had this caramel. And I said that we never could taste really the apple cider. This one had kind of a weird flavor that I couldn't really pinpoint. So I actually just downed the second half of that truffle. And it wasn't a strong apple cider flavor, but it was the most apple cider flavor I've ever gotten from this truffle. But again, just an overall, it is a good caramel. It is. It's a good caramel truffle, just a solid truffle. All right, we just finished up our second ever cocktail pairing class at Indulgence Chocolatiers, but it was at a different location. It was actually at the downtown Milwaukee location. So there were actually a couple differences between those two locations, the other one being Brookfield. Number one, this location was a lot smaller than the one in Brookfield.
Probably about half the amount of people were at this location.
Which is fine. And I wanted to say it felt more cozy or intimate. I wouldn't say that necessarily just because it was a smaller space with still a large amount of people, but still didn't feel necessarily crowded. This location is also 10 minutes away from our house, which we didn't know, which is an awesome perk. Also, we got to meet the owner, Julie. She's amazing. She talked about really the technicalities of how they made the drinks, how they made the bitters and the simple syrups and the chocolates, which was really cool and very different from the Brookfield location.
So personally, I absolutely loved this class. I'm a brown liquor fan, and so old fashions are right up my alley, and this was absolutely perfect for me.
So I didn't really love it. However, again, these are well put on classes. Mm-hmm. This is we just created a monster because we love these classes. We're going to keep doing them. I think it's worth the money, and it's just a really great, fun activity, and just really well done overall.
Absolutely. We will keep coming back. We actually booked one more, just like we did last time at the end of the class.
We keep buying more truffles and more classes every time we come. But that's it for tonight. Please like and subscribe to our channel.
Thanks for watching the Venture Vibes. Have a good one.
Bye.